Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Hyla and this is H. Cooper Crafty Bug. I hope you enjoy the video that I'm about to show you. Don't forget to subscribe and to click that bell so you will receive notifications on all my uploads, live streams, and premieres. And I hope you have a wonderful mom season. Happy mom making, happy crafting. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, be kind in the comments and in the chats, please. Enjoy this video. Alright, this video is for custom cutouts for a senior mom that I made in November, and it was for baseball season starting in December, and they were planning on using this mom for different games and such during his senior year this year. So starting in December was when they were going to start using it, but they wanted to use it all through until graduation. So this was not a one and done wearing mom, so you want to make sure that it's nice and secure, and everything was really well made so it holds up for however 6 months or however long that they're going to wear it to different things. So you got to think about that when you're making a mom, and it's for more than one occasion, which I try to make them super secure anyway, but you really want to go the extra mile for one that you know that they're going to wear multiple times. So I cut out, they got several cutouts because he was into several things, and then the senior stuff. So we just wanted to incorporate everything, the mascot and everything that he was into. So I had a full sheet here on navy glitter cardstock. And like I said there, I usually am doing this the opposite, but because of where I had to have the camera, I had to do it the opposite of what I normally do, so it was more difficult for me to get that off there and to hold on to it. You can see I was having trouble. So usually I hold it with my left hand and then scrape with my right hand, and so that was really throwing me off doing it the opposite way. And this is the thing I hate about glitter cardstock, is scraping stuff off the mat. Drives me crazy. Some people enjoy that. I hate it. So I'm trying to be careful and get everything off there, not tear anything up, make sure everything's off. You see a full sheet of 12 by 12 there of cutouts. And we did 3 colors. So you will see everything. Trying to make sure that I've got all the pieces that I need. I have learned to, like with the little scrap pieces that you think are for throwing away, to kind of push them off to the side, because sometimes you'll end up forgetting a little piece. It could be just the dot on top of the eye. It could be any little piece of a mascot or something. So if you take the pieces that you think are trash and just kind of push them off to the side until you've got everything and you've got all the pieces, and then you can throw them away. Otherwise you're going to be searching your trash for that little tiny piece. And I did have one in this that you will see later where I had to search for the little piece that I was missing. Now here's just a little tip. My blade will get covered in glitter when working with glitter cardstock or cutouts, and so I like to sharpen it with this little ball of foil. It works well for me. I've been doing this since I had my scan and cut, and it's always worked well. Try doing something backwards. It just doesn't work as well. So I did navy glitter cardstock. I had to keep all that in because y'all need to see that stuff. It's not just you that has trouble with different things and things give you a hard time. It happens with me too. And I'm sure you need a little laugh, so there you go. Anyway, I used navy glitter cardstock, white glitter cardstock, and orange glitter cardstock. And I'm just gluing all the layers with the art glitter glue. That's my favorite. I had a subscriber that told me about that glue 2-3 years ago. I can't remember now. And I never went back to whatever I was using. I don't even remember what I was using before that. I love it. It works really great. I know I thanked that person several times, but now I can't even remember who it was, so I apologize to that person. And I did not use the full sheet of white because some of the cutouts are only 2 layers, some of them are 3 layers. So some of the 2 layers are going to be like orange and blue, or blue and orange. I mean, blue, blue and white, white and orange, whatever. Different combinations. And then some of them are going to be 3 layers. Like that one was the one that went on the flower head. So it's going to be 3 layer. And then his name, I think his name's 3 layer too. And I made sure I had lots of baseball stuff since baseball was the big thing. Like they wanted this for baseball season. So not only was senior important, but baseball. So you see I used a baseball for the O in his name, and they love that. And I did a little senior cap above the A. I got those ideas from TJ's Magic Touch. And it's just changed my name cutout so much because it just adds a little something extra and special to it. See, he's into fishing, so a fishing cutout. He's also into surfing, so we did a surfing cutout. There's another baseball and baseball bat. I just wanted to make sure I had lots of stuff that really incorporated everything, and then plus the school mascot. I remember what that one, oh, that's the pirate. So that was a little difficult because of right there. That's such a fine tip right there. It didn't cut it completely right. And then I had to, what I was missing was the eye, the other eye. I had to go back and find that. And then just a regular baseball. Senior, that goes on the grad cap. Actually, I think the grad cap was 4 layers, now that I think about it. And there's his jersey number. A baseball player. That's just the offset. There's the surfer. And the B for the school. See, I'm just pushing those up out of the way. I do have this little scrap box for like numbers and letters and stuff that aren't going on the mum. I go ahead and save them. I haven't used any of them yet, but thought it might not help or hurt to save those. So here's the orange layer. Yeah, that grad cap is at least 4 layers. Because there's 3 layers of the actual grad cap, and the 2024 is cut out into the grad cap. That's why I didn't need the numbers. And then I also cut out senior in blue, so that is going on top. So that makes it 4 layers. I think there was 2 surfers. Now that I think about it. There's the pirate. So there's some orange that needed to be shown in, and then I had that eye. I was trying to figure out what goes there. I couldn't remember without having the picture of it in front of my face. I couldn't figure out what was supposed to go there, but I did find that. And there's another layer for his name. So that was in 3 layers. Because his name was important too. And what goes on the flower, I want to make that one really as many layers as possible. I mean, if it's like a mini mum or peewee, it's probably going to be 2 layers. But the bigger the mum, the more layers I'm going to go. Like the bigger the flower. So minimum of 3 layers. It just depends on the cutout though. There's the baseball player. So I tried to do, you know, a nice little combo of the different layers, you know, like blue and white, yellow and white. I mean, orange and white. I still can't get my colors right. Orange and blue. There's the other surfer. So they were super excited about those too. And they are in Florida, by the way. This is not a Texas school. Now you see here's a little mistake I found. I had that B too close to something else, and so it cut off part of the B. So I had to recut that later. Sometimes you can glue another piece of something to cover up a mistake like that, but sometimes you just have to recut the whole thing. So again, this is that art glitter glue. It just have these little bottles. Actually, Connie got me these bottles from Temu, and I bought a few more. They work really, really well, because they will get to a point where they're so clogged up you can't fix them and you have to throw the bottles away. So I like having all these little bottles that I can just fill up partially and then toss them when they get too far gone. And these are reverse tweezers that I got from TJ's Magic Touch. I actually don't show in this video, but they are awesome for picking up tiny little pieces when you're working with these cutouts. Like if you have the little dot for the eye or something, they will clamp onto it and hold it. So you're not like squeezing and holding onto it. Since the reverse, you just pick it up and it'll hold it. They're wonderful. But I also like to use them to kind of move the cutout so I can get it nice and even exactly where I want it. On the names and like homecoming and stuff like that, I like for several of the letters to be touching. I hate doing individual letters. It just drives me crazy, which a lot of them I have to do. It just depends on the font that I'm using. But on some of these that are like cursive like that, you can have several letters touching, and so they'll cut out into sections like this, and I just prefer that. Because when you're working with individual letters, you've got to put them on there just right, just evenly, or it's going to look funny. So when they're in sections like that, you don't have to worry about how much you're spacing out or how close together you're getting the letters, because they're already where they need to be. I just love this cutout. I thought it turned out so good. I did several names this year with a graduation cap, with a sports ball, with a megaphone. There's those reverse tweezers. So that's how they work. You squeeze them like that. Look how pretty that turned out. I love it. Now for the graduation cap. Kit Kat, please stop. And you don't want to use too much glue. You just want to use a nice thin layer, enough that everything will stick together, but not so much that it's oozing out. You see, I just offset that just enough where it's coming out. Just the blue shows just a little bit. So it was probably an offset of 0.1. If just by looking at it, I would say that's what it was. And I hate gluing in between these little thin numbers like that, because in like right there on the tassel on those thin parts because you want to get a little glue in there, but it's really hard to get just a little bit where it doesn't ooze out. Lucy, what do you have? Kit Kat is breathing and licking the microphone. Breathing on and licking the microphone. I hope that panting came through. I really loved that grad cap too. I thought it turned out really well. Nice pretty cursive senior with a chunky 2024. So this is a for guys senior year, but the mom and the sister are fighting over who gets to wear the mum. So to the games. And I think they're going to put it up for graduation, put it out for graduation and stuff. So it's his activities in senior year and stuff, but it's made for a girl. It's a 24-inch girl's mum. I just love that cutout so much. There's, in Design Space, there's that pirate. And you see there at the sword, the end of the sword was so tiny that it was hard to cut out. And then that was the piece I was missing for his eye. And that was how I did the 3 layers. And there's how it turned out. And those are the sheets I use. And then I put books on it.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video in its entirety. I hope you gave it a thumbs up. I hope you found it helpful and useful. And I hope that you will share it on social media because that really helps my channel grow. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to tap that bell because that will make sure that you get notifications on all my uploads, live streams, and premieres. So